My good people, listen, I'm going to call this wealth freestyle because I'm just going to talk about different subjects that's on my mind that have something to do with wealth, accumulation, power, resources. The older I get, the more that I realize that getting wealth, getting money in a capitalistic society, it has more to do with you than it does with other people. Sure, you need other people. You need other people's time, other people's energy. Most importantly, you need other people's money. But before you can get in a position to access people's time, money, resources, you must first have a certain mental state. And that mental state, getting through the different levels of mental states that have to do with prosperity, going through those levels so that you reach the highest level of abundance and prosperity that you can reach. It's a task, a big task. And the way that capitalism is set up, it's not set up for you to fulfill that task, because capitalism is about a few people controlling the rest of the people with capital. So if you want to break out of a system designed to keep the majority of people being a cog in the system, you got to play the game at a higher level. You're going to face barriers. You're going to face roadblocks. You're going to face opposition. You're going to face incorrect teachings, incorrect messages, propaganda. You're going to face all kind of stuff that is purposely put in your way, put into your mind to block you from achieving wealth, control, and power. You got to understand. We all got to understand. Capitalism is a game. It is a system designed to keep a few people rich and the rest being cogs in the system. The rest of the people that are not rich are going to be the consumers. They're going to pay the most taxes. They're going to be the ones that consume. They're going to contribute the most money to society, while the people that are rich will provide the jobs and they will get the tax breaks because they're providing the jobs. You want to be a rich person. You want to be a producer, not a consumer. We all consume, but your consumption should not be higher than your production. If you're consuming more than you're producing, then you're going to be spending more than you're earning, or spending more than you're gaining. Dividends, investments, multiple streams of income. Those things are important to escaping the rat race, wage slavery. But listen here, the schools will never teach you about that. College will never teach you about how to get dividend stocks that pay you money every quarter, or how to get into real estate, how to use credit to get into real estate, how to start businesses. Those things are not taught in your regular educational system, because those things would lead to financial independence if you did them successfully. This system is not designed for everybody to be financially independent, because if everybody was financially independent, who's going to be the wage slave? Wage slaves keep this thing going. We gotta escape the mindset of a wage slave. There's nothing wrong with having a job. You should be using your job as a catalyst for you to expand into something that will give you more money, something that will generate money outside of selling your time. Selling your time is an enslavement trap. There's nothing wrong with doing it. We all need a job to start building the foundation of wealth, because that job is going to provide the capital needed to expand into something that will remove you from that job. So let's not downplay jobs. Let's not act like jobs are not important, because they're very important. But we got to start thinking on a level of, how can we make money without selling our time? That's the key. That's what wealthy people do. That's what I do. That's what all the people I know that are wealthy, that's what they do. They find ways to make money without selling their time. They let money make them more money. First, you build up money, and then you use that money as soldiers in your prosperity war to go out there and bring you more money. You're not working hard physically anymore. Your money's doing the work for you. You should not be trying to spend your whole life selling your time for money. No, your time is very much more important than money. That's why rich people, they accumulate so much money, then they buy their time back and they start using other people's time to make them more money. Time is the most important thing that we have. Time is not finite. Time is not infinite. It's not. Your time is limited. You gotta find ways to make money outside of a job, of selling your time. There's levels to this. You may start with a job. The first level is really a very hard level, and that level is getting a good job. Getting a job that's good enough to where you can live a great lifestyle, have savings, and then have money to invest in a business, investments, whatever. Most people in this life never have a good job. It's people that go through their whole life and they never get a good job. What's a good job? It just depends on where you live. You know, I can't tell you what a good job is, but let's say you live in the Midwest. You live in the Midwest, Ohio, Michigan, places like that. A really, really good job that'll help you stack money to build an empire will be a job that pay you like anywhere from $80,000 to $150,000. You know, if you make $150,000 in Ohio, that's pretty good. The cost of living ain't as expensive as other places, as other states. So when you make that kind of money, you're doing pretty good for yourself. You can save, you can stack. You make $150,000 a year, like you can live on 80 or 90. You know, 80, even if you lived on 100, you still could save $50,000 a year. $50,000, you can invest that in so many different ways. You can turn that into, definitely you can turn 50,000 into a income stream, a huge income stream that may replace your job income. But you got to get a job, high paying job. A lot of people cannot get a high paying job. People go their whole lives without getting high paying jobs. And that's the base of the pyramid. That's the base of the wealth pyramid, because you're going to need that money from that job to invest in the endeavors that's going to help you escape the rat race. We're going to get into that in another video. Stay tuned. I'm coming back with part 2. But digest what I just gave you. It was important information.